everybody. Hello everyone from Romania, from your favorite artist electronist here. As you remember probably, I made a modification last time, and well, in time, by using this, actually immediately after I made this modification, I start to see some weird behavior of this device, and I tried to fix it. I didn't film it, and right now, if I plug it in, this is a 5 volts at 2.1 amps. It says here, what is called travel adapter is called, and is to charge up your phone. But here is a USB that I took it out and linked the wires directly. So it is function okay, but I've noticed a very weird behavior. It's doing the job actually. If I'm not keeping my hands near it, it stay relatively. It's not changing. It's not having an erroneous behavior. But if I'm keeping my hands near it, on the wires, on its probes here, right now it's quite okay. But I had very bad behavior before. You see, is catching some frequency, 300 hertz. It should be 50 hertz because I know in my room I have a strong electromagnetism or from the wires in the walls, from the mains wires, and I am like an antenna myself. And some devices I know for sure they are extremely sensitive, and this guy is extremely sensitive, and it wasn't without this wire that I attached plugged in, this configuration that I did here. So it kind of messed it up. And you will see how messed up it will become in a second. Because if I'm not measuring anything, it's kind of catching some weird frequency. But if I'm measuring this, like I said, it's measuring correctly, it's okay. But if I'm leaving it without, immediately after I measure something, it's starting to act erroneously. And especially if I'm keeping my hands near its wires, near its probes here. So if I'm putting my hands, you see, it's starting again. That's the behavior. Now, and it's pissing me off actually. I don't like it. This was 1 kilo and it's measuring okay, and this is 10 kilo. And right now, when after I measure 10 kilo, oh, come on, 10 kilo, you see? All right. Now it's starting to flip between mega ohms to a couple of 100 kilo ohms. I have no idea what is going on. Really is weird. And it's doing this. It was doing this a lot, and I kind of trace it back to. I try to learn. It's this kind of error that is having, and it's having it only when it's having this wire here. When it was not having this direct wire from the mains, pretty much, not really from the mains, but from the 5 volts, rectified and everything. But some frequency, something is messing it up. I don't know why or how, but it's near that board that is very sensitive. Probably is having some pieces, very sensitive pieces there, components. And my actually, I did a lot of. I tried some. To repair it, I inserted some capacitors, a lot of capacitors I changed. I'm not sure if I can show you. Here in this adapter on its output, directly on these wires, and here on the input, also directly on the wires, where the wires are connected, I put some capacitors in the hope that they will stabilize. But they didn't. They didn't do anything. They kind of changed, but not really. They kind of changed a little bit the behavior. It was a bit more erroneous before inserting those capacitors. And I changed a lot of values, I played with a lot of values of the capacitors, and the behavior didn't disappear at all. So it's not the capacitors, the solutions. So I'm thinking, I didn't try this yet, but I'm thinking, this coaxial wire that is shielded pretty much. This shielded wire might be the answer. I didn't test it yet. I really hope it will be the answer to the problem. I really hope it will. Because if this will not work, I have absolutely no idea. I have pieces of it because this is how and also other kind of also coaxial wires, very thin. I will see if I'm not sure if I should put actually 2 wires. Let me draw it if I have. So if I put 2 wires for plus and minus, and grounded this wire grounded for each of them, and this one for plus and another one for the minus. So on minus, negative, a positive, and these 2 shields, these are behaving like shield, also grounded together pretty much. And I'm not sure, or a single wire that is having the shield to the ground, and also from the negative side here, and here in the middle the positive that is going through inside that shield, and also connected to the positive here somewhere. I'm not sure. One of these variants. I didn't. So I have 2 choices pretty much that I'm thinking. Yeah, wish me luck. All right, and here it is. I opened them up, and I hope you can see it good enough. This is a capacitor. It's a bit too dark, too black. Electrolytic one, and here is a fixed capacitor, so I put 2 of them directly on the input of the power here, and here on the output of this board, on the output of this wire actually. I'm not sure if you can, it's a bit hard to see, but I will point it out. So this is the capacitor here. It's a brown SMD capacitor that is very weird placed, but it is linked there, it is placed there, and it is doing the job. Initially I thought to put some kind of filtering capacitors, that was the idea, but they don't really make any difference, absolutely any difference. They don't help at all. We'll see with these wires, coaxial wires, how it will work. I hope it will be good. All right. I should probably show how pretty much what I did. I put a coaxial cable here with a negative shield, wrap around positive wire. So one wire which is positive, and the negative is wrapped around, and there's this metallic wire here. This is the negative, and this pink wire is the inside, is in the middle, and this is the positive. Unfortunately, it didn't solve the problem. I made the test again with the 10 kilo here, and in the moment I'm holding the probes in my hand, or I am near the wires, exactly as before. Pretty much is the exact same behavior as before. If I'm keeping my hands near the wires, is reading some weird frequency here, and if I'm let me put it on my stand here, focus, and if I am measuring a 10 kilo, is reading it fine, but in the moment I'm not reading it and still keeping my hand on the probes or near the wires, is doing some very nasty business there. I really don't like it. If I'm taking out the hands, so the hands are out of the range, it's having a sensing range somehow. Probably the wires, these probe wires are the problem. Maybe I should put something on there. I'm not sure. But definitely right now the wire that is the power wire that is right now is much more better than it was before. But it's not the cause. So this wire was not the cause. And also the capacitors didn't really. I put it again here. I put it without that capacitor, and it was behaving the same. I put this capacitor, which is 104. It means 100 nanofarads. And also absolutely no difference, or if it is a difference, it's too small to perceive it. I'm not really seeing a difference, and that sucks. I was very sure this power wire, was interfering with some processors there. Very, very, very strange behavior. And now that I have it for some time, I completely forget if it was doing this thing before when it was with batteries, or right now only with this wire. I should make a test actually, because I do have the. Yeah, I should make this, but everything is a bit messed up. Alright, hold on. So, I've mounted the batteries. Also, the wire is not connected here. No battery while with wire. I put a label here, a warning. So, right now I'm testing it with the batteries connected, as I said. And it's definitely not doing that error anymore. Well, at all. It's kind of trying to search for a frequency here, but very, very short. Let me put it as it was before. And now if I'm checking a resistor, a 10 kilo resistor here, I'm not sure if you can see it. Yeah, it's finding it. So 9.8. But look what it's doing. It's cycling through other values very quickly. So it reached 10 kilo, and then mega didn't find anything, and then switch back to auto and remain and stay there, and not toggling back and forth as it was with the wire. Very, 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 very strange. I'm not sure what is its problem. What's the problem? Probably this voltage regulator. I'm not sure. But this is the behavior with the batteries inside. This is what I want. And also the light is full again. So pretty much, and the same very stupid button on off. That's why I made all this modification. One cause was that button. So pretty much this is it. Thank you very much. Alright, another test. This is what I did. I've soldered two very small pieces of metal pads here. I'm respecting the polarity. This marked I marked the negative wire with the marker, black marker here. So I'm putting to minus, and here is the plus. And I'm sure to make connection there, to be metal on metal, because this one is having some paint. So I'm putting it catching metal on metal, and it's not moving and making short. And it's a wide plastic separator there, which will prevent that. But let me turn it around. So the purpose of this experiment right now is to see, right, if it's this wire, if it's my wire. So pretty much I mounted it exactly as it was with the batteries right now. So let's see if this is 1 kilo, and it's having some weird response. And this is the 10 kilo, and yep, yeah, it's having some weird response. With batteries, it didn't have this weird response at all. Very, very, very strange. It should work without errors, but it's way more sensitive. And it is from this wire. It's definitely from this wire and from this power supply that I link it. That one, the blue one, the blue LED one. So yeah, it's fluctuating when I'm keeping the probes in my hand. It's doing this weird thing here. It's dancing, and now it's stopped. But yeah, it's counting frequency a bit more. Very, very strange. I don't like it. Huh. Alright. The light is fine. It's flickering a little bit. Probably it's... No, it didn't flicker before. Huh, very strange. Okay. So yeah, experiment done. Alright. I couldn't figure it out, and I've tried a lot of permutations. I changed the working paper here with a uglier, more worked one because I was soldering directly on the paper. And what I tried so far, let me actually present with my trusty knife here. Here I'm pointing, so here is the plus and also here is the plus, and this is the minus, okay, here. So minus to minus and plus to plus is exactly as here. If you want, we can put it like this, and this is plus and this is minus, right? So what I did, and also on the wires here, the black marked is minus, and this is the plus wire. I know for sure which is plus and which is minus, so I never put them. I never switch the polarity. I was very careful about it because some devices are pretentious, and you can actually destroy them if they don't have inverse voltage protection inside. And I don't know what if this device is having one or not, but better not to risk it. So I was very careful about it. Everything is working as it should, but the problem is that I didn't resolve the issue. Here is a list of what I've tried so far. I put a diode, this diode, 1N4148, this guy. I put it across minus towards positive. So pretty much it's like those SD, electrostatic discharge diodes that are put on the pins of microchips or integrated circuits to discharge any high voltage spikes from static voltage from your fingers, pretty much. But I put it here in the hope it will solve the issue, but it didn't. Then I put a diode on the plus wire, lowering the voltage a little bit. The battery was telling me, was showing me a little bit less battery. It was warning me when I put this down, so it did drop the voltage a little bit. That's why the battery was showing as it is half full or something. Then I put a 10 ohm resistor, which is currently here installed. You can see it here. Is this guy here? This is the 10 ohms, and this is a capacitor, which is this is the last try that I did here. It remained like that. So I put only one 10 ohms resistor on the plus wire and connected with these tabs and blah blah blah. I put it there and it didn't work. Then I put 10 ohms resistors. I leave it there on the wire, and I put across like a leakage 100 kilo ohms leakage resistor because some batteries they have some leakage. I guess I induced some sort of leakage, but probably I didn't. I put too higher value here, but it didn't work. Then I put this is the original setup that I did before. I remember to insert it here as well. The 100 nanofarads and 10 microfarads. It was inside the device before, and now I put the 100 nanofarads here and 10 ohms resistor exactly like you are seeing here. Pretty much, and it didn't work. It didn't work either with this. Special wire cable and the coaxial cable is called. Well, coaxial wire, and it didn't work. It wasn't the cause at all. It's not because is near the board there. That was my first suspicion, but it is not the case. It's purely the power supply. If I made the test earlier and I put these two batteries, its original batteries actually, at 1.5 volts, so in total 3 volts, like it's right there, and it worked absolutely with no problem. With that wire, this wire was connected there, and this didn't influence at all the results. It was, as I remember, without I filmed it already, and yeah, you've seen it. So pretty much what I'm trying here to do with this wire is to simulate a battery. The current and the power from the battery is not the same with the current and the power from a transformer. That sucks big time, and there is some weird science here. I should well, I will test. So for each permutation that I did here, I open it, I plugged in, it opened, and I measured the problem resistor, and I got the same result, the same error, pretty much. This is my way of doing it, and the goal is to have it exactly like I did the test with the batteries, not to have this error, pretty much, and when I'm testing it, and when I'm lifting up, not to have the error like I showed you. So yeah, fail. I fail, but yeah, I will try it more, and I will ask other people as well, because alone I can do so much, you know. There is some strange things, some things I really don't know. These are too advanced probably for me. But I tried the easy stuff, and also other ideas. I didn't include inductors. I've included diodes, resistors, capacitors, but I didn't include inductors. Probably inductors will make a difference, hopefully. I don't know. But yeah, I am curious what others' opinion will be. This is a bit more advanced stuff, but it's working without it. The only... without this contraption that I'm trying to make here, it is working with that error, but it's working. But it should be without that error. It should work without errors. That's my direction. That's my trying to do. What I'm trying to do to make here is I'm trying to make it work without any kind of error from the power supply and simulating a battery. Pretty much. Yeah, this is it. Thank you very much.